to the greater Chicago, Illinois area. It is an honor to be here with the friendly staff of Kunes RV of the Chicagoland area. Where are they located? We are at 2450 LaGrange Road in Frankfort, Illinois. And since 1993, for more than 33 years, Kunes RV has been treating everybody that comes at this location like family. If you want honesty, transparency, if you want the best buying experience, you are for sure going to get that here, as they've been doing it since 1993. I'm honored to be here with Keith Lester, who's behind the camera helping us out today, to RVTV Nation. We're excited to finally be away from the little lemonade stand and spend time with the people that are helping us grow all throughout North America. We thank you from the bottom of our heart as you follow us on our journey on RVTV. As we're traveling all throughout North America, you guys know, city by city, we will not stop. Our focus is to give you the most amount of value for the dollars that you pay. That's why no matter where you go, as long as you are searching and finding our authorized dealers anywhere throughout North America, you will get the absolute best value based on what you get for what you pay, no matter who our authorized dealer is. So hang on, we are just getting started on this 3-location circuit. All right, guys, RVTV, of course, with that channel, what do they want to see? All things RV. So what better product to start with than River Ranch, which thanks to the man behind the camera, Mr. Keith Lester. If you guys didn't see any of the posts on our social, this was actually the highlight, the debut display at the Stream 2026 event that happened just a couple weeks ago in Denver, Colorado. Very humbling and exciting to see this brand have representatives from Netflix and Hulu and all over Hollywood come and take a look at this coach. They really liked it, and we hope that you do too in the greater Chicago area. Why is this floor plan made? Why did we develop River Ranch? This lineup of product is specifically for those of you that are going to take this coach to a beautiful destination. If you're somebody that's seasonal, you want to be set up for weeks at a time or longer periods, you're really going to enjoy this design because there's no other model like this in the RV industry. What makes it really unique is once we're going to take our steps on the inside, we're going to give you guys the full tour. Once you're on the inside, there are no steps from the rear to the front, hence the name River Ranch, like a one-level ranch style home. That was the concept. The added value that we're providing customers, thankfully, through Kunes RV, who we're spending some time with here today and tomorrow and through the weekend, is their customers are always looking for the best value, and we know that Kunes RV always delivers and provides all of their customers for more than 30 years, probably the most extensive, popular brand lineup that they carry at all of their locations. This series of product is going to give you more peace of mind. So if you're somebody that's owned other fifth wheel brands that are out there, everyone has their own story, a unique feature that they really highlight and go with. For us with River Ranch, it's all about peace of mind and the most amount of storage and the most residential feeling you've ever experienced. We've been getting picked up with some feedback. Some people like to say that this is the closest thing to a Class A diesel pusher motorhome on a fifth wheel chassis. So here we are on the exterior. Obviously the camera's showing, you don't have to hear me talk about it, but the absolute most amount of pass-through that you will find in a coach that has only a dry weight of just under 15,000 pounds. And the entire inside of your basement area, as well as your entire floor, as well as all of your slide floors, are going to be all 100% composite. So again, if you don't want to worry about any moisture issues relative to wood or delamination and separation, you're not going to have those issues. We put the money into the construction to, again, give you a great ownership experience. So as we go through, we of course want to make sure that you guys are going to spread out your load distribution, but by having an extra 1,000 pounds of cargo, you really are going to be able to have no problems, no matter how long you are at your given destination, to pack everything that you need. We'll come back here, Keith, and just kind of highlight, some of the feedback that people said was, when you give us this much storage, it's very difficult to climb all the way inside. So thanks to MoRide, we have this 9-foot pull-out tray that's going to obviously be very easy and ergonomic to load everything that you guys need for a beautiful trip and adventure with your loved ones. Here on the rear, I just want to highlight, you're going to have all slam latch doors, of course, backup camera prep, you're going to have ladder, that's going to be standard. You have on both sides, like I said, side hinge, just like you would see in a Class A motorhome, and they are going to be all slam latched. As we move forward, I just want to highlight what the camera is showing you. You're going to have two awnings that's going to cover about 80% of the entire campsite of this floor plan. We did a couple years ago go to framed windows just because the frameless windows aesthetically look very nice, but from a utility standpoint, you don't get a lot of airflow in the event you take this to a destination that you're not going to have to use all three 15K ACs that are going to be standard on this coach, and that's standard on every river ranch that we build. You're going to have three 15K ACs, and they are all ducted. Getting to your destination, of course, it's important to know what are we equipping you for with your suspension. We actually went standard across the board out of everything we build at Forest River Plant 410. You're going to have the Kurt slipper roller suspension system. Why we like it, going back to our focus of your ownership experience, there's no maintenance, there's no perishable parts that you have to take care of. You don't have to worry about the shackle bolts. This is probably, to me, the most underrated system that's out there, and we've been very, very happy with it. It's going to be supported, of course, of dual 8K axles, and they're going to be on J-rated tires equipped with tire pressure monitoring and the Lippert ABS anti-lock brake system. Once you're set up, you are going to have not electric, but 6-point hydraulic jacks. That's going to be standard, so you're going to have the most amount of stabilization that you can get, especially at our price point. One thing that we point out a lot and we talk about all the time, although I think it's cute, some of the manufacturers are trying to keep up with what we're doing. We have for more than 2 years never been using any cable or Schwintek slides. We are all rack and pinion or Slim Rack Plus that run on amps. What does that all mean to you? That really do your research as far as the slide mechanisms. You guys know that when you run on the amps and you don't have the cable or Schwintek slides, these are the best performing slide mechanisms that are going to give you the least amount of headaches. So that is going to be standard on everything that we do with River Ranch. So with that, I want to take you guys inside, and then we'll just kind of summarize a few things once we come back out. So this is what we call the 393 RL. This is that traditional rear living floor plan. By no means is this exclusive to us. This is the layout itself, or the floor plan itself, is without question the #1 selling fifth wheel floor plan that's out there. But again, what really makes it unique and our little twist or spin is we are all on one plane, so there are no steps. Back here, we're going to be checking some boxes. This sofa is going to fold out to accommodate sleeping, so should you have some occasional guests, they have a nice place to stay. Obviously, in the massive campsite slide, a lot of natural light. You've got theater-powered seating. You're going to have USB charging as well as cup holders, giving you a direct view of the smart TV and fireplace, the first of two. I'll get into that here in a bit. Keith, if you can come over here, we'll kind of just talk through what you have with this massive island. Undermounted sink, high-rise faucet, so all the pots and pans are going to fit. We give you guys a little bit of an Easter egg with the hidden pull-out on your trash can. All of our cabinet doors, all of our fascia, and all of our drawers are all going to be solid hardwood on the faces, and they are, of course, all soft close. The other thing that a lot of people notice and have been growing to love with River Ranch is the fact that we have residential size appliances standard on every one of our floor plans. So not the little 3-burner, but you got 4 burners here on your stovetop, oversized oven, residential in size on your microwave. Your fridge is going to be over 18 cubic feet, and it is a 12-volt system. Adjacent to that, you're going to have adjustable shelving there with your pantry for all your dry goods, so you can adjust it to, the way you like it. If we go back to this rear wall, you'll notice one of the things we also are getting known for here throughout North America. 7-foot ceilings are standard on everything that we build. That gives us the ability to give you more storage than anyone else can offer because of, again, the advantage that we have in the height, and you're really going to see it up there at the front of the floor plan. So you're going to have your normal storage here on the rear wall. This is also going to be the location for your sensor. I told you get 3 15K ACs, all going to be whisper quiet. These little grates you see, those are just your returns. This is all your ducting, so you can actually have a conversation while you're being comfortable here in the coach with those 3 ACs running. You're going to have power to charge all of your devices no matter where you are in the floor plan, so it's going to be a combination of either the power towers like you see right there, wireless charging, 110 outlets, USB and USB-C. You're going to have 110 outlets scattered about, as well as the USB charging, just like you have in your theater seating. You're going to have it on both sides of your end tables. Okay. As we move forward, maybe we'll switch again. Sorry, I'm having you dance. If you guys didn't know, Keith Lessner actually is pretty good at dancing there, doing the Texas two-step. Okay, your dinette here, it's solid hardwood with hidden tray, although it's not hidden because we just showed you on camera. We're going to continue through back here. A lot of people want to know, hey, what do we have here? You have a dedicated space for your coats. Down here, what I like, Keith, if we can show them real quick, we made this notch and we finished it off, so this is a great spot for your shoes to go as soon as you come in the entry. So if my wife is watching, she knows she likes to keep a clean ship. So you gentlemen out there can make sure that you do the same for your partner. This is going to be your control system. Also, you're going to get standard 2 10-gauge wire sets going up to your roof. That would allow you post-sale on your own with the friendly staff of Kunes, if you so choose. You want to upgrade to solar panels, you'd be able to go up to a max 7,500 watts on every floor plan that we build. However, we give you a 30 amp charge controller, 1,800 watt inverter. You will have to upgrade those that we include from the factory. But it's nice to know that we've done hard work running the wires for you to allow you to expand solar if you choose to utilize that for power. This area is really, really nice. It's very spacious. It's one of the larger full bathrooms that we see, especially at our price point. One-piece fiberglass shower surround. You're going to have floor-to-ceiling storage right here. Adjacent to that, you're going to have double vanity. So this is going to be a couple's coach. This is the only bathroom that you have. Dual medicine cabinets, obviously, with mirrored finish. And again, these are all solid hardwood as well. We will switch down over here. And what I do like, if you can stay right there for a second, Keith, we got some feedback a couple years ago. Some folks say, hey, we like to have our friends, but we also like to have our private space. So we put a door right there that would allow you to have privacy all the way up through the bathroom. So again, if somebody's taking a shower, they can have the privacy that they deserve while maybe you are entertaining your friends. Also down this hallway to allow when everybody is showered, as the host, your friends want to have access to the restroom, they'd be able to do that. And then you can close this off with this pocket door to have privacy in your own quarters. We also know too that, again, a lot of people that are on seasonal sites, no matter where you are, we're currently here in the greater Chicagoland area, but wherever your adventures take you, we had to maximize storage. Obviously, we did that on the exterior. What we did here is we elongated the off-door side slide to give you the biggest wardrobe closet slide that I have seen, especially at our price point. So if you're somebody that has a lot of shoes, a lot of clothes, we think you're really going to like this floor plan. Also, too, as I mentioned with that pocket door, we've been getting a lot of feedback, too, coming off Tampa of last year. People are actually using this area as an extension to that bathroom. So rolled up towels, added things that you need for the bathroom, or maybe cleaning items. You can utilize this however you choose because it's going to be yours. Coming on in here, we did get feedback. This was new in 2026. People want a dedicated desk area. We know more and more people are working remote. As they're traveling, they need some time to plan their trips. We also know for you RVers, number one thing you have to do is be checking that weather. So we have a nice little spot for you to do that. We do have some chairs, obviously, that you can bring in. There's a magnetic catch. This will collapse down to obviously be out of the way. Foot of the bed, as I had mentioned in the beginning, this is your second smart TV, second fireplace, a lot of natural light with windows. You got an east-west facing king-size bed on a slide. I like to point this out. This would be, as the general manager, a very easy way for me to save a lot of money. You'll see other manufacturers, especially at our price point. It's disappointing, I know, but this is where you can save money. You notice it's not little 2x2s of wood. This is all aluminum welded from our factory. We do that standard on everything we do. Underneath that paneling, it's just 1/4 inch just to protect shoelaces and debris from getting into the teeth and the gears of that slim rack system. That's all hidden under there. So it's very nice and convenient and still accessible should you ever need to have access to it. Here across the bed, you're going to have nice upper cabinets. And you guys notice this is what I was really highlighting, what makes us unique as a manufacturer. We're still 7-foot ceilings all the way to the front cap. Getting your feedback, we know some people have the need to use CPAP devices, okay? Well, we knew that years ago there used to be little shelves here that really didn't amount to any type of utilization. So we have 110 outlet up there, and should you have the CPAP device that can be mounted above your head and run the hoses down, credit to our engineer, we actually notched this area so you can run that power wire here without having to get a drill bit. So very nicely done. You're going to have reading lights with USB charging here as well. And just again, if that storage wasn't enough in the hallway, a massive full closet, and the coup de grace. This is where my wife gets excited. Let's clean something. Stackable washer and dryer. That is here included. We are at the Kunes Chicagoland location. This is the first of 3 locations we're going to be heading around, just giving a little reciprocity back to our great dealer partners. One of the things that Keith and I have been really focused on, you know, Keith has more than 18 years experience both running dealerships himself, so he's spent a lot of time working with you retail customers. As he's come here, he's been such an asset for me because he really helped us understand what we need to be focusing on as a manufacturer. And just to make it very simple, Kunes and every one of our authorized dealers throughout North America, their number one job is to give you the best buying experience. That means hassle-free, getting all the information that you need. It is our obligation as a manufacturer, and me as the general manager, everything is my fault. Our floor plans, our decor, all the information that we're providing. If you guys are doing research, maybe from the comfort of your own home before you come here, and you want to have a conversation with myself, my plant manager, Mr. Matt Jess, or our head of engineering, Mr. Ron Brown, we absolutely welcome that at any point in time. We don't do some big special event. We want to be the most transparent and accessible manufacturer that you've ever worked with. For those of you that have owned other RVs, we hope that as you start that journey with us, you can give us a call at 574-821-1487, or you can send us an email at 410cs@forestriverinc.com. You can even have a virtual live video, just like we're doing right now, real conversation with myself, and I'm going to give you a full tour of our entire production facility to answer every question you have on the construction, the components, the suppliers that we're using. And we feel that by doing that with consistency, not only are we showing a lot more support to the dealers by doing more of our job and giving you guys the factory direct information that you need to make a decision on what's going to be best for you and your family, but then it allows you guys to come here with more peace of mind, having better understanding of everything that you can get out of this coach, like this River Ranch 393, and just have a really great buying experience with the friendly staff of Kunes RV. So that is our brand new River Ranch 393 RL. For more information, get down here if you're in the greater Chicagoland area, or as I said, get a hold of our factory team and we'll answer any questions that you may have. For those of you in the greater Chicagoland area that have been in the market doing research online, wanting to find the best front living floor plan for you, I'm extending an invitation. Get down here and meet with the friendly staff of Kunes RV. We are at the greater Chicagoland area location of theirs, where they actually just got this here in stock. And we hope that this is something that maybe you guys are going to like. A little bit different spin than what you typically see with a normal front living. And what do I mean by that? Normal front livings, you know, your guests are going to sit here, you're going to see the back of their head, you're not going to know what's going on the campsite, you're not going to see who's coming in your entry, you're not going to be able to have cross conversation with your guests or your family or your wife who's maybe making you a mixie or getting ready for dinner. So by moving the couch right here, it gives you guys a direct view of the entire floor plan all the way up to that bedroom. So we mounted the TV to the ceiling, which we're going to show you guys here in a minute when we switch spots. But while we're here, you have opposing slides, so you're maximizing the amount of square footage for having everybody come up here. You got seating for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 people up here in this living area. A lot of windows you're going to have, so if you're somebody that likes natural light, as well as being able to see everything going on in the coach, this is, of course, the 389 FLH floor plan. Upper cabinets here, something we can do that others can't. Again, 7-foot ceiling. We are coming to you guys in a Columbus brand fifth wheel. They have many others that we're going to be going through. All of these, regardless of the floor plan, they all have the same standard 7-foot patented feature. Okay, so you're going to get a lot more storage with our coaches. All of our fascia, all of our cabinets, all of our drawer faces, all solid hardwood. Okay, so we'll let Keith kind of come up here, and then I'll speak down to the kitchen, and he can kind of highlight and show what this upper deck has to offer. And people will say, well, Will, why didn't you guys use a televator? Why did you just mount it to the ceiling? Well, one, we're already finding out that at our price point with other manufacturers we compete with, believe it or not, we are thousands of dollars less than some specific competitors, but I'm going to be very, very kind because this may be airing on RVTV, which is streaming all throughout North America, and we always want to be nice to our other manufacturing friends. But for you, if you're looking at a coach, it is all about value, and you want to make a list of everything that we're including at the price that you get with Kunes. We think you guys are going to be really, really impressed. I love the fact that by having that TV mounted, I get to maximize on this side a lot of upper cabinet storage. Now, we do know that people that are not 6'3", you may have to use a step stool. There is obviously some trade-offs in doing so, but when you see floor plans that have that televator, this is what you miss out on. And we know in listening to you RV owners, you can never have enough storage. So to overcome the trade-off of maybe needing a step stool, you do have massive amount of counter or storage space that you don't typically see in a front living floor plan. To round that out, you also get to maximize the amount of counter space for your prep space for your guests. So I always like to put a profile to the floor plans. Who is this ideal for? Without question, this is going to be ideal for couples that love to host, have a lot of guests. They like to travel with their friends to beautiful destinations. This is a great floor plan that allows all of your guests to come in when the event you've got some bad weather or it's getting late in the evening and it's time to quiet it down, something that I struggle with. Keith knows, no comments. But again, you get a lot of counter space. You're going to have all residential size appliances, so 4-burner, oversized on your oven, same with your microwave. This is going to be 12 volt. As we move towards your bedroom, you're going to have adjustable shelving floor to ceiling here, so you can adjust this for your dry goods how you like. Nice little nook space with power, so coffee machine, margarita machine, we don't judge. There's your setup there. You have a dedicated dinette slide box, so you're going to obviously have seating for 4, pull-out storage, okay, and a lot of natural light. You're going to have some hook mounts here, obviously, for jackets, so when it is cool, which it's not today, it's quite warm. As you guys can see, as I'm starting to mist, in here you have a bath and a half. This has probably been the one big change within the Columbus lineup. We have now more half baths than I think anyone else in our price point. People love the fact that we have removed that stackable washer and dryer or the washer and dryer prep from the bedroom because, again, they never have enough storage. So by being able to, credit to Ron Brown, our engineer, to build this in such a way that we can put your stackable washer and dryer in the half bath, really allows us to maximize the space for you in your primary room. I will say too, all of your toilets, they're all going to be porcelain, and then you're also going to be solid surface here in your half bath. Right here, as soon as you come into that entry, this is going to be your control system, so everything that you're going to control with this. You can also use the Lippert One Control app, 30 amp charge controller, 1800 watt inverter, and one 260 watt panel. You can order from the factory a second, and then we also have 2 10-gauge wires to the roof on every single floor plan. So that would allow you to expand up to 7,500 watts if you so choose. So coming on up in here, you've got an east-west facing king-size bed, all aluminum welded bed frame. There's going to be your extra chairs that are included. You're going to have upper cabinets as well. That's going to be outfitted with 110 outlets. So for those of you that utilize a CPAP device, you can now mount that here and you don't have to worry about it falling and giving you a black eye. Reading lights are going to be equipped also with USB charging. At the foot of the bed, don't ask me why, this gets everyone excited. You do have a big nice hamper that's going to be built in. This will pull out to transport all your clothes and make them clean. Here again, because we have that 7-foot ceiling, massive amount of upper cabinets, a second smart TV. These are, of course, designated by the red handles in any of the floor plans you see, and the nice sticker that says exit. Those are going to be your exit windows. Behind Keith is that closet that used to be occupied by the washer and dryer. Now that thing is full access for all of your clothing and everything that you're going to be bringing with you on your trips. And then here in the rear, you're going to have double vanity, 1-piece fiberglass shower surround. You're going to have your vent fan and floor-to-ceiling storage here, and then that second porcelain commode. A lot of people ask what this is. This is your portable remote to control your fan, because we do know sometimes there is a sensor. We don't want it opening when it's raining, so if that is happening, just grab that remote to adjust your needs. The other thing I'll say to you guys too is, of course, I'm biased. I really think that you guys are going to like our floor plan. We invite you to come down here, meet with the friendly staff of Kunes RV. They are known for, as they've been at this location for more than 30 years, of being very, very aggressive and supportive to make your buying journey very easy. They have a great F&I team, some great programs. So they have really been surprising a lot of people with what your monthly payment would be. So if you're looking for the best deal you can get, we invite you to get down here, tell them that Keith and Will sent you. We got a question while we were here, had a couple just come by and say, hey, do you guys only have couples coaches? No, so we just walk them through this. This is actually our mid bunk. This is the 379 MBL. Starting off here in the rear, you're going to have a U-shaped kitchen. You're going to really be able to maximize your living space. I'll get into that here when Keith and I do the old switch around here. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4 burners. All of our appliances, as I say in all of our videos, no matter where we are in North America, people keep asking, are they all residential in size? Yes. Our fridges are all going to be 12 volt. Back here, the way this is oriented, you are going to have a power tower back here. So within all of our floor plans, we make sure that we have the most amount of windows, and you're going to have the most ways to charge whatever you need charging, whether it's wireless, 110, USB, USB-C. We have 110 right there, 110 right there. They're going to be nomenclated for which ones run off the inverter for your solar power. While we're back here, you got adjustable shelving, so you can adjust your dry goods the way that you like in your pantry. Again, these windows are nice. They're going to all open, especially today. It's starting to get a little bit warm, so it's a good thing I put on the Axe spray, so I'm not reeking there with Keith running the camera, poor guy. Here in the main living, I love what we've done from the standpoint of give you the most amount of seating, but also a place to utilize for a dedicated workstation or just simply checking the weather or your map and your schedule or your itinerary. You're going to have a dedicated desk as well as your dinette with added storage on your campside slide. And then this is your off-door slide where obviously we now have a sectional sofa that a lot of people really, really like. We also, this is the largest TV that we've installed, 65-inch on your smart TV, and an oversized fireplace from what we've typically used. So nice little upgrade this year. But the real highlight is this in this 379 mid bunk. A lot of times your mid bunks are going to run really, really low. It's going to be hard to control the climate because usually that loft space runs all the way to the wall, which results in a much smaller slide box, which makes it much more cramped. So the fact that I'm 6'3" and I don't have to duck my head and I clear as I sit down and I stand up, we're able to do that because we're at 83 inches on your slide box here. So the one trade-off we have, we've turned this into more of a twin size. This will accommodate for an adult that I will show you in the hallway. But by opening this back up to the ceiling, you can see we can now run the ducting. So unlike other mid bunks that are out there that are going to be a hot box, you can actually control the climate much easier with the 315K ACs that are included. A lot of natural light. Again, if you take this to a climate where you don't have to run those, all of these windows, of course, are going to open. This is going to fold out to sleeping because people ask this built-in, or excuse me, this ladder that comes with the upper bunk, this is fixed. So we didn't want to have a lot of moving and cotter pins that usually become a warranty issue. This is fixed in an aluminum frame. So that is directly mounted. It is non-adjustable, but it's just more rigid and it's going to give you a better ownership experience. A lot of customers really love the fact that, once again, we've moved that stackable washer and dryer here. So if you are somebody that, of course, is traveling with your little campers, or you're somebody that just occasionally has maybe the grandkids, this could be a great floor plan for you because you can utilize this in so many ways. This can be a crafts room. This can be your laundry room. This can obviously be the bunk room for those that you love, okay? We'll go here in the hallway, and then this is going to be the pull-out solid hardwood ladder, giving you that access to that twin size space that, again, will accommodate an adult. You have dedicated storage here as well, and USB charging for the smart devices up there with push lights. So they will have lighting, they will have power, and they will have storage. Keith, I'm actually going to stop talking for a second, let you come in here and just pan around on that bathroom, please. And then once again, we'll shut that door and I'll have you walk back out just to show. All right, and I just want to show this area because, again, we received your feedback to say, hey, you know, we would like more storage as overflow from the bathroom. By adding an extra style face here with this pocket door, you can now use this as an extension of the bathroom if you so choose, or if you're like my wife, this will all be hers, and I will have everything in a Tupperware in one of the pass-throughs on the outside. You got an east-west facing king-size bed here at the front of the coach, 7-foot ceilings, a massive front wall of wardrobe closet storage, that built-in dresser, as well as the extension on that oversized slide, gives you even more abundance of storage for your wardrobe. As I mentioned, under the king size bed, like with everything, it is all aluminum. So if you guys are looking for the most included features, the best construction materials at the absolute best price by thousands in our price category, we invite you to get down here, meet with friendly staff of Kunes RV, and take a look at this beautiful 379 MBL. Will, what is the #1 selling floor plan for Keith and yourself, especially in the Midwest? We're standing in it. This is the 388 FKH front kitchen floor plan. Very unique, and I think I know why this has been so successful this year. Many times with front kitchens, the biggest challenge is the refrigerators are big, and they usually have to be on this front wall because they don't have the ceiling height to get the clearance for your fascia of your slide out to put a fridge in the slide. That's that exception of what we're doing at Forest River Plant 410. 4 years filing a patent, we are the only manufacturer that can do this. So this is a 12-volt residential in size refrigerator in the slide because of our filed patent ceiling height of 7 feet. Next to this, you have a massive pantry with adjustable shelving, pull-out drawers down below. The one thing that we are trading off in this floor plan is a dedicated dinette. We made this area to give you a direct view, so you have cross conversation and obviously a direct view of your TV and your fireplace for the ambience. This is definitely going to be a couple's coach. On the campside slide is where you're going to have your 3-burner and your oversized oven down here. Residential in size on your microwave. Dual power towers, so we're talking wireless, USB, 110, and USB-C. You also have 110 outlets here at the front cap with this massive front window with privacy shades that are all included. Undermounted sink, high-rise faucet. Here you've got your pull-out for your trash can and dedicated space for obviously the bags and other things, and a built-in cutting board as well on your pull-out. Coming down here, opposing slides. So every level, every part of this floor plan, we're maximizing your living space or your walking space. This again is another great floor plan for those of you that want to utilize the most spacious kitchen. It's for those of you that like to host and have your friends and family in a beautiful floor plan. So in the opposing slides, these couches are going to fold out 2 beds. So you have sleeping one group here, one group here. Theater powered seating with USB charging on both sides and cup holders. Storage above your theater seats with reading lights with additional USB charging. I already mentioned the smart TV, the fireplace. Put the keys up here, hang the jackets here. Floor to ceiling storage, and also access to your control system, 30-amp charge controller, 1800-watt inverter. And what we're also, as I've mentioned in other floor plans, we have the most amount of half baths. This is also the location of your stackable washer and dryer. Thanks to Kunes working with Keith. We know a lot of people here in the Midwest, the weather is always changing. We still haven't had a consistent summer yet. So a lot of people like having that washer and dryer included, and especially when they're here with Kunes and they find out that we're still thousands of dollars less than others that aren't even including that. That's why we are growing here in the greater Chicagoland area. Now, back here, you're going to have an east-west facing king-size bed, plenty of storage underneath, all aluminum welded bed frame, massive closet because now we're not using any space for that washer and dryer with it being in the half bath. So you are going to have the most amount of storage now in your primary room because of that. At the foot of the bed, you're going to have a little spot for your clothes, a lot more storage here, second smart TV, your exits, and then ending here in the primary dual vanity bath, 1-piece fiberglass surround, dual medicine cabinets, floor to ceiling storage. All toilets are, of course, all porcelain. But while we're on this floor plan, just because we do get a lot of questions as far as what we include here on the exterior. While we're on the outside, I just want to give you guys some peace of mind and let you know what we have here. Your solid steps are going to be assisted, so they're very, very easy to open. You're going to have G-rated tires. You're also going to have dual 7K axles and the Kurt slipper roller suspension. We feel that's the most robust suspension system out there just because it doesn't require any maintenance. So we think that you guys are really going to like that. We know that our owners really like it. They also like the fact that our fiberglass is a gel coat finish. It's actually from Italy. It's called Brianza. And we give you more peace of mind because when you're quoting us out versus others, we are a double Asdale on your sidewalls. So that also really makes us unique. 6-point hydraulic leveling, okay? And I mention all the time, and I'll say it again, no cable, no Schwintek slides, and all of our pin boxes are going to be upgraded. If you want to get a factory installed generator, you can do that. You just have to let the friendly staff of Kunes RV know, and they can work with Keith, and we can get them factory installed. Every single model that we make, in the event you don't get a generator from the factory, but maybe down the road you would like to, we run a transfer switch box, so it makes it very easy for our partner dealers and you to upgrade post-sale when the time is right to do so. If you want more information about our #1 selling front kitchen floor plan or any of our floor plans, you can of course talk with the friendly staff of Kunes RV. If you want more information from the factory, including a full factory tour, more information about the construction of everything that we are doing, you of course can give us a call at 574-821-1487 or send us an email at 410cs@forestriverinc.com. All right, and the last floor plan we want to show you guys here live from Kunes RV here in the Chicagoland area is the 377DS. This, of course, is a 2-bedroom or dual suite. One of the things I'm very, very proud of is, again, the ability to not cut corners and give you guys the most amount of value based on what you get for what you pay. We are using a second fiberglass one-piece surround for your second bathroom. That is not common, especially at our price point, but that is our standard to everybody that we serve. All of your toilets are going to be all porcelain, and then all of your countertops, including here in the vanities, are all going to be solid surface. Obviously, you have a second entry here. You're going to have vent fan. You're also going to have 3 15K ACs as standard, all ducted, so you're going to be able to control your climate from the front all the way to the rear wall of your floor plan. As we move forward into this, we're going to transition into that rear bedroom. This is the first of the second, and you're going to have an east-west facing queen-size bed, all aluminum on strut assist, making it very easy and accessible, and obviously going to give you a better ownership experience when you have a solid bed foundation. Massive upper cabinets, okay? And again, we didn't run that loft space all the way to the wall. That's why when a lot of people come here and meet with the friendly staff of Kunes RV, they're going to notice that difference if you've been doing research on your own online. What makes ours different versus others? Tallest slide boxes, tallest ceiling height, most amount of windows, and most amount of storage by comparison to every other floor plan that's out there. At the foot of the bed, a nice built-in dresser can also be a dedicated workspace as well. So if somebody needs some privacy, they can set up there. You're going to have power, your backer for your TV, both in the way of 110 and USB-C. And you have this nice wardrobe built in as well to accommodate for all your clothes on your travels. Moving all the way up into the coach, Keith is going to go into the massive U-shaped kitchen that allows us to have cross conversation with everybody here. We have had some feedback to say, hey, Will, why did you do this massive almost bar top? Well, obviously for us to have a small boutique dedicated dinette slide, it's going to obviously make the space a lot more intrusive. You're very, very limited. We want to be able to, again, have this be a floor plan that's going to allow more of those families that are going to have the older children, because we do have a front-facing loft here as well with the built-in ladder. So everybody, as they're getting ready and winding down at night, can all have cross conversation. If they're reading and getting ready for bed, you can see everything that's going on. We also know too that when you want to sit down, you know, Sally doesn't always want to look at her brother's eyeballs when they're eating. So we just figured let's maximize the campsite view, because typically that's where you're going to have the most amount of space when you're at a resort. So you at least have something to look at other than the food in your brother's teeth. But you will have seating up to 4 and 2 pull-out trays to give you ample amount of storage. So what could this be for? This could be for games. This could be for utensils and things for your food as you prep. And you could also utilize this as an extension for, again, more prep space. So if you're tailgating or hosting events, you've got a lot of counter space to utilize. Just obviously make sure this is solid hardwood. So use those little burner pads. What are they called? Hot pads. Hot pads? Trivets. Okay. And you got upper cabinets here as well. And again, we are on the camp side right now. On the off-door side, we added this. This was feedback from some of our owners to say, hey, Will, if you're doing it there, can you do it there to keep it equal? So I guess we're feng shui. Okay, you're going to have a massive sectional sofa. This can have seating for 2, 4, 5, maybe 6, depending on the size of the campers. It's obviously not going to be, for me and Keith, probably 3 of us. You're going to have a smart TV, fireplace. Moving our way up, still on that extended slide of the campsite, you're going to have adjustable shelving there for your pantry. And you're going to have a 12-volt refrigerator that's going to be residential in size. I had mentioned a U-shaped kitchen, so very ergonomic to access everything, right? 3 points, the triangle, that's what my wife says. So you have your 4-burner, oversized oven, undermounted sink, high-rise faucet, and then of course there on your left you've got the fridge. A lot of cabinet space, okay? And then coming back here towards your entry, this is going to be your access panel for your solar. This is going to be for your 3-zone system of your AC, so that's your Coleman Mott control system. And then right here is going to control everything else for you. We're going to take our steps up here, and we have 2 access points. So if you do need to open this up, close this off for your privacy, but you can allow your guests to access the primary bath as well. Second, 1-piece fiberglass shower surround. Okay, so we're not going cheap. You're getting the most amount of features standard on everything that we build. Now, up here, because we stretched that main living, the one trade-off you are going to have in the 377DS is it is going to be 2 queen beds in this floor plan. Okay, just like in the rear, all aluminum on your bed frame. I tell people all the time, the bed frame's awesome, the mattress is meh, just because I can't get any of you guys to agree on what mattress you want us to use. Okay, your upper cabinets here are going to be equipped with 110, so calling all CPAP device users, you can be set up here with peace of mind. It's going to be on a level spot. You don't have to worry about rolling off and giving you a black eye in the morning. At the foot of the bed, a small little credenza for overflow for your storage, second smart TV, your exit windows, and then boom, shake the room, stackable washer and dryer included. Thank you, Kunes, for letting us be here. Thank you, Kunes, for serving the wonderful people of the greater Chicagoland area for more than 30 years, because you treat everybody that comes here like a human being, and that's why you're still here today, and we're just honored to be one of the many brands that you guys represent. For more information, get down here while it's still here. If you have questions on other floor plans or how we build, you can sign up for a factory tour. You can get a hold of Keith Lessner, or you can contact us directly at the factory, where I will be when I am done sweating over the next few days with the friendly staff of Kunes at 3 locations, and we are going city by city. We will not stop. For more information, 574-821-1487, or email us at 410cs@forestserverinc.com.